Like you'll see. Yeah, they're all footy ads. Tell me what the ads are, and I'll tell you which ones you can take out. Yeah, they can all come out. They're all football ones. Or at least just take a few of them out, so there's a couple of ads in there. Or even shift them up after the first segment, so they sort of break up a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, they're all paid as well. Are there any up to the fourth segment? Yeah, just move a couple down after that one. Just to break them up, that's all. They can still play, just to break them up.
I've got them, thanks. Yeah, I'll wait these ones for that.
Lovely.
Throw them up. Yeah, throw them up. Throw them.
Yeah, usual.
So, they're right.
Change the footy yet? Couldn't remember if I put that in last night or not. It's one of the last things I did. What time do you get home? Oh, okay. Have a couple more games. Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. Bloody curious on the
Hey, Lucky.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, mate.
Thanks. When Howard was setting up when he was setting it up the first time, she was sitting there shaking her head. Just, yeah, is that, obviously know nothing. Yeah, that's right.
I'm just taking it all in.
He said to me when we were on the way down, I'm not going to actually be talking tonight, am I? I said, oh, it depends on how I feel.
Lambs being led to the slaughter.
Sudden case of laryngitis.
Oh, I bloody hope not.
Legacy of last night. Yep. How many got Alright, no worries. Yeah, no worries. Well, you probably have to come in about 8:30 or so. Yeah, oh, of course you're going over now. You're going straight over now, are you? That's right. That's right. Well, if worst comes to worst, then you just take it back over the road. Hey, would you be able to take that plate on my desk back, please? Yeah, when we come back after this song, I'll go. Just leave us go. We'll be right. Hey, Barry?
Yeah, Timmy.
I said, this is Lee going? Where's this Lee? I'm doing that all that thing, the video camera.
Probably got a little bit of battery time, but not long.
I said, oh, that's alright.
Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, Chilla. You did well, mate.
Oh, I said, I didn't realise there was a cowboy in here.
Oh, right.
How lovely is it?
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yourself?
No, I'm pretty good. It's a nice game. Should be a huge one between Barcaldine and Winton.
Promises to be a bottler, I can tell you.
Yeah, I know. Well, both these... Winton have been a little bit under form over the last couple of weeks too. So I'm not writing them off because they played very well against Winton last weekend. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here tonight.
Yeah, the match against Longreach last weekend, they won convincingly, but Longreach never gave the game away. And Winton now, they've won two or three in a row.
That's right. Yeah.
And they find form in grand final time, don't worry, and they'll be breaking the net to get the grand final at Winton.
Yeah.
And the Barkie boys, well, look, they got their full side tonight. Bar, fullback. He's our panel, one of our panel experts tonight.
Okay. Well, we'll see how he goes tonight. I should have brought the extra microphone. We'll get him over later on in the game.
Yeah, we'll put him on half time. Our team's full on, bar Dan, and look, they're just so confident it's not funny, and it's not a stage of thinking they're going to win and just playing it that way. They're all there, and they're all keen, they're all stone mad tonight, I can tell you.
That's right. Well, you're right.
On the same token, they've got to close the man of the match tonight for Winton. If they get away with the game on the max back, they've got to close him down.
Yeah, that's right.
We see him last week. He was on the ground and still throwing the ball from his toenails.
So
They close him down when they take him tonight. He starts to get away from them. Well, there's big trouble. Then you've got fellas like Anthony Tanks and all them. We've got the teams now. You want to go through?
Yep, may as well do it now.
Righto, for Barcaldine at 1 is Michael Hanson, 2 Lex McCracken, 3 Mark Wren, 4 Lyle Balderson, 5's Raymond Scott. The big fella returns. Number 6, Lee Horman, 7's Jerome Miller, 8 Shane Moe, 9 Simon Mitchell, 10's Dean Maloney, 11's Will Trevor, 12's Lee Stewart, number 13's Anthony Spellot, 14's Graham Maloney, 15's John Waira, 16's Michael Aylett, 17's Steve Coveney, 18's Danny Arthur, and Noel Bashford comes in at 19. These are tough, these fellas. Johnny Waira played today at Union in Longreach. He's going around again tonight.
I hope he doesn't muck his rules up.
Oh, me too. Say that one backwards. The Winton team, they've got a good side. Joel Manns at fullback, Bo Esland 2, David Hancock, Gavin Basket, Andrew Little, Rowan Elliott, Wayne Garland, Anthony Tanks, the big fella at number 8. He's a workhorse that'll be trying to get that ball over the line when they're up close. Max Batten, man, I told you, you've got to keep your eyes on him tonight. Glenn Harmon, and then we got Nathan Brotherton, Morgan Lithgow, Ernie Ellis, he's as cheeky as you can find, Adrian Lenton, and then you've got Matt Cooper, Grant Haddon, Jamie Brotherton, Anthony Elliott, and Brenton Grant. Well, there's a team that's very hard and very solid to beat. I've opened my yapper during the week and I tipped Barkie. I said that, well, they're going to win the grand final.
I knew you were going to go for Barkie.
You know, I've got to, mate. It's just, when I believe Barkie comes out of it, you know.
Yeah, what's your margin
well, all right, well, here we go. Putting my neck on the block. If they're going to win the grand final, they've got to win this one and they've got to win it convincingly. I'm going 32 points.
Barkie by 32 points.
Yeah. How's that?
Good grief. I went Barkie by 16. Cameron went Winton by, how much was it? 12. Winton by 12. Cameron, he's sitting behind me. Cameron, our sports guru on Saturday Morning Sports, and he'll be joining us next weekend for the double header in Ilfracombe.
Winton.
Yes, he's going Winton.
Oh, Cameron.
I know. He's a brave man doing that here in Barkie, isn't he?
Is he what? Half time we might get a chat with the president of the Barcaldine Rugby League.
Yeah, he's going to run away ready now by the looks of things, so there you go.
You ready in 30?
We've got the game going to kick off very, very shortly. Here we thank our sponsors tonight as well. Doug and Paul from Barcaldine Retrovision, Outback Optical, G'day to Lloyd, I saw him during the week. A&T Casual, Dan and Terry, Central Motors in Winton, Bush and Rise, Daffy's Dining and Takeaway, G'day Daff, this afternoon. O'Donnell Sports Square, Daryl and Mary down there, Winton Electrical, Alan and Wendy looking after Winton Electrical. Barcaldine BP, Michael and Chris, ShopRite in Winton, we've got Peter there. Barcaldine Motel, Barcaldine TAB, G'day Pam. And of course the commercial hotel. Didn't have to bring it anywhere this week, bingo.
Right over there it is.
That's right.
We don't know what's working now. I haven't checked with the big boss.
We'll check that soon.
You're going to press the button. Anyway, they're about to come on now. Well, the boys are on the field. They've done their warm-up. We are looking at a game of football. I've gone Barcaldine for how many? 36?
30. Say 36.
36, 38, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 30 something. All right. Bingo Barkie for 30 something. All right. We'll see how we go. Well, Winton are coming down now, getting ready. They're going to have to toss the coin and do all those sorts of things as well. Barkie will come up in just a moment or two and get ready to do the same thing. We'll take a break, come back very, very shortly to the Barcaldine Showgrounds for the match between Barcaldine and Winton for a Saturday night. I've got a 5-minute song there, but I'm not going to need it. Not now.
No, they won't need it now.
That'll just be dangerous. I might take another break then.
I've had my little lunch, that's my big lunch.
Underway, Barty got the ball.
And they have the possession of the ball over the kick-off, and the first ball man to grab the ball is Shane Murray. And he's tackled around about the 20-metre line by a strong hard hit from Winton as Barcaldine bring the ball up. We're on the 4th tackle now, and up goes Will Trevor. He brings the ball up to about the 30-metre line, and he'll flick the ball inside back there to Simon Mitchell, and he has the ball before he's brought down by Winton. They tackle him around about the 40-metre line now. Different story tonight with the lights being on and no lights in the back, I can tell you. Barcaldine take the ball on the 5th tackle and they kick it high in the air before it goes back to Winton. They make a terrible mistake. They knock the ball backwards, the referee says, and they bring the ball forward and they bring the ball up to around about the 40-metre line, and Barky tried to drag them out. The referee says, "You're out, brother." He nearly ended up in, what's over that direction?
That would be...
He nearly ended up in Longridge. They dragged him straight up off the ground, and so Winton's first mistake they make, I believe there's a knockout there, and Barcaldine will get the ball. They will win the scrum for sure and certain. I hope I don't put an X on them there. And the big fellas, well, they're in tune for a fine match tonight. Already 6 sets, 1 set of 6 I should say, and a replacement.
For Winton already.
Yep, a replacement coming on for Winton already, and they will pack the scrum down. They're just on the other side. Barcaldine are running towards the highway side. They win the ball and they bring it straight back inside to the captain, Balderson, and he flicks the ball inside before he's tackled. Was tackled on the 20-metre line, right down the other end. Barcaldine had the ball, and the ball goes to Hanson. Hanson flicks the ball out to Mitchell. Mitchell fast ends. They bring the ball up. They're about 15 metres away from the line and looking for an early commitment already. Mitchell flicks the ball back inside to Horman, and he's tackled over near the 20-metre line. They're in charge at the moment. Barcaldine on the second set at 6. They have the ball. They flick it out to McCracken. McCracken, will he score? He scored it right. He's right over. Too fast, too quick with a McCracken. He's right down the outside. Right down to Andy McCracken and the Buffalo Girls, but he scores 4 points to 0 on the Commercial Hotel scoreboard, way out wide with the kick to come.
Minutes into the game, currently 4 points to 0 on Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard, as Barcaldine have to take the kick. It's from a very wide angle on the field, but it's looking, no, he's still going to fall short unfortunately, and a little bit too far to the right of the upright, so no conversion there. 4 points to 0 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. Out of that scrum, they just took the first couple of tackles and straight over, didn't even worry about it, did they?
Simon Mitchell and Miller I should say, he just ran a dummy on them. They had nowhere idea what was going. They put the speed on the ball, and then they gave it to McCracken. He was off with last week's pay that he didn't get. He was bowling, and they scored a try, but he wasn't under the post. But no, as the ball's been kicked off by Winton, and now in charge of the ball are Barcaldine as they bring the ball forward from Shane Murray. He's tackled and smashed to the ground by Winton. It'll be a keenly contested match with the bring the bit back. Don't worry about that. As Barcaldine at the ball, they bring the ball up. Speller has the ball before he's brought the 20-metre line and tackled and hit to the ground by Brethren and Herman, who was also there with Back's already joined in the game. Now they have the ball. Barcaldine, they bring it up. Big Maloney brings the ball forward. He gives it back. He flicks it back to the captain coach, and he's going forward until he's tackled and put to the ground, and 3 Winton players put him down there. So Simon Mitchell, he'll be a dummy half. He has the ball. He flicks the ball back inside there, and that goes to Lukey Stewart before he's brought down on the 30-metre line. Now, which way will Mitchell go this time? Will he go on the blind side? No, he takes the ball and he gives it up to Lee Horman, and he puts the boot to it as he caught the old mate at home. No, he's knocked the ball on for Winton. A terrible mistake. That's mistake number 2. They've only had the pill twice. And Winton already in a little bit of froth and bubble. 4-0 if you've just joined us. About 4 or 5 minutes into the match. That's right. After a little sneaky kick there by Horman, he put the ball up in the air, and a fullback, well, not very good under lights apparently, and he knocked the ball on and struggled back down.
Barcaldine 0 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard as the scrum packs down now. Winton coming in and getting ready. Early part of the game, Winton aren't playing too convincingly, not like we have seen them in the past couple of times, particularly last weekend against Longridge, but the ball goes in for Barky and comes out their way.
And they've got to warm up anyway. It does make no difference as Hanson brings the ball up. He's up over the halfway line. This is tackle number 1. They've got 5 more to go. They've already scored on the second set of 6. Now they have the ball to Horman. Horman blicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell brings the ball out to Wren, and he's battled and put on the the ground by Winton, but now they're on tackle number 3, and 2 or 3 players bringing that ball into action from Winton, and the tackling. They might just need a little bit of warm-up after already scoring a try. They're on the 3rd tackle as up at the inside comes Miller. He misses one, dodges another. He's heading towards the post, but he's tackling more down to the ground on tackle number 4. They have the ball, Barcaldine, and they will swing the ball out to the blind side. They bring the ball way out of the far side to Miller. They're going to go over. They bring the ball way over on the far side. Right to Barcaldine. That'll make it 8 points to 0. Thank you very much on the Commercial Hotel scoreboard with the kick to go. Who got it? Oh no. Well, they're really into it.
No, you said.
Can you?
I didn't think your mate was playing tonight, but he is.
Eh?
I didn't think your mate was playing tonight, but he is.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That was him to walk past and settle over him.
TAB, who are our sponsors for the match between Barcaldine and Winton for a Saturday night. Takes the kick, puts a lot of power behind it, goes through, and it is successful.
You fella, Lee Horman's out kicking tonight.
There we go, another 2 points on the board, bringing up 10 points to 0. And I tell you what, that was a pretty difficult kick to get in as well, but he did it, and didn't even worry about it. Had plenty of power behind it, put the ball under, and there it goes.
I've been coaching him all week.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
I have. I've been down here all week coaching him.
Yeah, that's what worries me though. You bring the ball up again, Barcaldine is set down and ready to go, and we've got Winton lining up as well. They've got the ball ready to go here now. Here we go, coming in, taking the kick there, ready for him. Goes straight down the centre of the field, pretty high as well. Bargy got the ball, here we go.
And Miller has the ball before he gives the ball to Maloney, and Maloney brings it up to the 20-metre line. Hit hard and smashed it by Winton. The try scorer of Barcaldine, you guessed it, Raymond Scott. He was the boy that put the bill over the second time. Means you've not been able to know him. He scored the big try. 10 points to 0 on the Commercial Hotel scoreboard, and you just joined us. And Barcaldine have the ball on the 20-metre line and are on tackle number 3 before Mitchell's brought down. Not Mitchell, Horman brought to the ground, and now Mitchell has the ball. They go out to the far side, flick it over to Willie Trevor, and they're tackled on around about the 3rd tackle now. Barcaldine as they're on the blind side. They may put the kick up and put the fullback under pressure again. Yep, as soon as I said it, they did. They must be on remote control. They're putting man under a little bit of pressure, but this time he lets the ball bounce. He's not going to make another mistake. He's wiped the butter off his hands now, and he misses one tackle. He brings the ball up into the 30-metre line, still going, misses another. Nearly crashed back into the referee, but he took a side sweep from him as well. So now they're on the 30-metre line. Man with the possession of the ball on tackle number 2 now, and they bring it up through Garland, who has the ball. He's tackled it around about the 30-metre line. By 40-metre line, I should say, by Barcaldine, and back he position coming up. He brings the ball up, and Barcaldine's defences, they bring the ball, they send the ball and the player back about 10 or 15 metres, and they're keen to tackle. It'll be hard and heavy here this all night as Winton have the ball. Nearly a breakaway there from Brotherton as he brings the ball up to the halfway line now. And Winton trying desperately to climb back into the match early. It's still 10-0 in favour of Barcaldine. They kick the ball. Winton, they kick it along the ground. It's a little drummer kick before it goes out.
I thought that actually went out. I thought he kicked that back in before it went out there, but it's been called that way, so that's what's going to happen. We've got the teams coming back now, and about to back down for the scrum, so we'll see the restart of play shortly. 10 points to 0 on Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard with 10 minutes gone in the match, and pretty happy with Winton so far. They've had possession of the ball, put that kick in though a little bit wrong for them, but anyway, they'll pay the price for that. Playing fairly well so far, and Winton are certainly doing their best. They feed the ball in now, take it about, and here we go again.
You must be right, Matty. That ball must have been kicked back by the Barcaldine players. Winton come up now. They're on the 30-metre line as they bring the ball forward, and Barcaldine turning around. They'll have to be on the ball and start tackling now. The ball goes inside over to Herman has the ball. He's tackled on the 30-metre line. On tackle number 2, Winton, and they're going to try to power over the line. Barcaldine put him down on the 30-metre line. Going to tackle there by Maloney. Now Max Batt has the ball. He's the danger man. They bring the ball forward. Winton out onto the wing. They're watching. They're lurking like burglars. Winton. They're only going to flick the ball outside to Lithgow. He's waiting. He's knocking on the door. They're all calling for it. They go one side. Then they go up the middle. One little dummy by number 7, and that was Garland. He knocked the ball back in. They're on the foot tackle there. Winton desperate. They're looking, trying to get over the line. 3 metres away from the line. They get it over. He scored a try, all right. You can bet London will bring on his down. And oh yeah, lovely play, Your Honour. Lovely play. Beautiful work after the match. The referee will fight him for sure, and certainly don't pinch him, but I don't like to know. Man's gone over. The score is now 10 points to 4. A little bit of rubble up. Bring back the biffer. Jones is behind it. It's straight on after the match. Is the referee on the ball? He's having a little chat to
He's walking up to
the
Winton
captain.
now, so we'll see something happen. 11 minutes gone, and Winton get their first points of the night on the board. 10 points to 4 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. He's bringing Joel up now to have a chat with him, and he's going to take conversion now. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen there. So getting around that after that try there. It was a bit of work coming in, but he certainly got past all the players and put it down. I thought he might have been held up for a second there, but Barkey weren't quite quick enough to hold him up. 10 points to 4 on the scoreboard, and Winton come back into the game with 11 minutes gone. And Joel about to line back the line right now to take the kick. It's probably about the same position as it was for Barkey on their first couple of attempts. We'll see how he goes tonight. He wasn't having too much success last week in Winton, was he? Trying to get the ball over.
Yeah, but he didn't have much of an angle to operate either last week. He's a little bit closer this time.
We'll see how he goes. He's around about 20 minutes out in the line and just pacing himself up now. Reasonable sort of crowd here at Barcaldine Showground. Still got plenty of time to see a great game of football if you head over tonight and see how the game goes. Everyone's just laughing at Bingo. Here we go. He comes in, takes the kick, and he is successful.
That's a great kick on
the board, bringing up 10 points to 6. There is a try in it at the moment. Very close game here at Barcaldine. We told you to be good. Barcaldine, Sam Goannas and the Winton Devils taking on each other at the Barcaldine Showgrounds. Country Track's top 10 tonight right after this game, and then moving into a Saturday night fans pub with talking this evening. Don't forget, next weekend is a big one. The double header in Ilfracombe between Tambo and Winton. That's the first game. And then Ilfracombe taking on Barcaldine. A couple of great games there next Saturday afternoon, Saturday night.
I've got to get out of bed 2 hours before I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, it's only to break the bad news here. Here we go. They take the kick off now. Goes to the left-hand side of the field as they pick the ball up now. Winton have got it.
Winton have the ball and they bring the ball up through basket, and he has tackled it up on the 30-metre line. The score at the present moment, 10 points to 6 in favour of Winton. A sneaky little try come over them after a kick and a mistake by Barcaldine, and then they run the ball through Joel Mann, who scored a try, and a great little try it was. He knew what he was doing, Joel, and he kicked his own conversion. 10 points, he would have kicked his toe, but never mind. 10 points to 6 it is, and they have the ball, Winton, and they kick it on the fourth tackle now. They bring the ball up, and it comes rattling up on them. Now the pressure to try and bring him back in. The ball rolls out, and Hanson, I'm used to my mate over there being the fullback, but Hanson let the ball roll out. We all sat down in the broadcast box and held our breath as it does, and now they will take the tap Barcaldine, and the referee says, they wait for me, he goes. And they will bring the ball up now. Off the field at the present moment is Shane Murray and also Maloney. He was a crunch tackle pretty hard by Winton, so he's having a bit of a breather, so a couple of the boys off. Barkey have the ball and they're on the 30-metre line. 10 points to 6 a minute at the moment. And they bring the ball forward. The ball is there by Anthony Speller. He brings it up. He makes a run forward. Anthony Speller before he's tackled by Winton as they crashing down to the ground. They have the ball, Barcaldine, and now endeavour to make ground as they flick the ball out. And a little mistake by the captain and coach. He knocked the ball on. So Winton will get the feed and scrum. Great game in the present moment. 10 points to 6. Already we've seen a little bit of rough stuff happening in the match, and I can tell you they won't be free of it for the rest of the match either. They will be. As I said, bring back the bib will be in here. Don't worry about that. They'll scrub a few ears up in this game.
Certainly will. Anyway, 10 points to 6 on the scoreboard. 14 minutes gone. The scrum packs down. He gets up pretty quickly too as Winton have got the ball.
Winton had the ball and they break away from the scrum very quickly and they bring it up to the 30-metre line. And Little before he's tackled it by Barcaldine Longridge.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Which I am. Never mind. They had the ball. Winton on tackle number 3. Max batted dummy half. He elects to run out this side where they were dangerous before, and they tackled right on the 30-metre line, and that was Garland, and they'll come up now. Max bat again. He has the ball. They bring the ball forward before slotting it inside. Danger tactics here. Winton as they're coming up right underneath the post. They're only about 15 metres out. Which way went? They're going to go on the blind side. They flick the ball forward. Oh, my Godfather. It was very forward, and the referee will call the scrum. Barcaldine getting off the hook. Winton was looking dangerous. They were lurking like a burglar at the time. They were on their fourth tackle and they got it out to the blind side. Now Barcaldine have the scrum. They got out of jail there. Maybe they might be taking the Winton side a little bit too lightly.
Maybe, because I would say if there hadn't been a mistake there, Winton would almost have been over for sure and certain on that one. But anyway, Barky, you've got the scrum now. They have the feed and they're out and moving quickly.
Yeah, but they win, run away from it, and there's Rand. He's tackled by 2 or 3 players, and Winton crash tackle him after the tackle once again, Your Honour. And he was flattened by Elliott. He put him down to the ground. Now they bring the ball forward, and that's John Waira. He brings the ball up to about the 30-metre line. That behind him there is Mitchell, and he has the ball. Mitchell, and there's Johnny there once again. He's in play. He brings it up. Misses 1, misses 2. He had a big game of rugby union this afternoon, and now he's flattening in tonight. Don't tell me they're not tough in the West. Now they bring the ball out onto the captain, Coach Ballison, before he's tackled it without regret from Winton as they put him down and strap his ears into the ground. Now McCracken has the ball. He misses 1, he misses 2, and then Winton finally get hold of him. His little boots wouldn't know where he was, not being on the wing and running up the middle of the field. Now the ball goes. They kick the ball high up in the air, and that is Mitchell. He flicks the ball. It goes right over on the blind side before being grabbed by Hancock, who has the ball. They bring it up, Winton, and now 10 points to 6 to score. Barcaldine are the leaders at the present moment, but Winton haven't give up. They're still in the match. Don't worry about that. They bring it up to the 30-metre line. And nearly a little sneak away from Herman as he brings it up to the halfway line. Barcaldine turn around in time. Max Batt has it. He's put down to the ground. Max Batt, and he's tackled right on halfway as they claw back into the match. Now Winton, they bring it. They come on the far side over here to Little again. He's tackled and put to the ground by Barcaldine. The tackling so far from Barkley's okay. Max Batt, he sneaks the ball. They go up the middle. They put the pill up in the air. They're doing the same as Barkley does. A little bit of pressure. And oh my God, oh, get out of jail, my boy. And they bring the ball up Barcaldine. The ball went 12,000 metres up in the air. And the fullback missed it, dropped it back, and then Winton tried to sneak up on it. And now John Waira has the ball, and he brings it up to the 20-metre line. Barcaldine, they have the play. Horman, he flicks the ball. They go out to the lines, out to the far side. And I think that's Danny Arthur was put down on the ground. They bring the ball up now. Barkey on tackle number 3 as they flick the ball far on the blind side. And now are tackled by Winton. And in the tackling was Herman and Brotherton. They bring it up to the 30-metre line, past the 30 and then up to the 40, Barkey. There must be one too far away before it's the 5th tackle. They make plenty of ground and bring it up over the halfway line. Now Barkey are trying, they'll probably put the little kick over. Here's the 5th tackle coming up now. Somebody hurt in the tackle from Winton. What do they do here? They'll put the ball in the air. No, they run the ball forward. A little sneak go, and they bring it up. Winton have the ball. Barkey, they charge towards the trail line. What's going to happen? It looks like Barkey's gone over under the post. They've gone over. The referee says, that'll do me. Barcaldine have gone over. That makes it 14 points to 6. We'll find the try scorer for you. They're 40 miles away. We can't exactly see him at the moment.
Hand on at the right time.
Well, it looked to me they were gone on the 3rd tackle, and then a sneaky run away from Raymond Scott. That's been converted. She's gone over. So that's 16 points to 6 in the present moment on the Barcaldine, on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. And then they broke away with the ball, and Lee Horman, he was the try scorer. A mighty little Mitchell, he snuck through the ball to go off the greenstand side of the post, and the conversion has been kept now. Replacing it now. The big fella, Graham Maloney, comes on, and also Danny Arthur's on. No sign of Michael Earlett yet?
No, I haven't seen him come out, but I'm sure he won't be far away, just to spite you anyway. We've got Barkey set back down in their half, Winton are right to go. They're just waiting for the all clear from the ref and everyone to say they're right. Here they go, take the kick. Goes well over to the side, but not too much trouble for Barkey. They take the ball and they're away.
They bring the ball up, and that's Will Trevor before he ran into Winton and then was tackled and got away from the couple. So they bring the ball up to the 30-metre line. Barcaldine on tackle number 1. Then they bring the ball over to Bashford, and he brings the ball forward. Is that him? I'm pretty sure it is. They bring it up to the 40-metre line, Barcaldine, so making plenty of metres. And Mitchell, he flicks the ball to Horman, and Horman flicks it over. He puts the ball to Maloney. He's back on the big veteran fella, and he's full and ready to go. Now they flick the ball out to the blind side, and it comes out to McCracken. McCracken spinning down the green sideline. He flicks the ball back in. Lucky for him, they were going to throw him out like a yo-yo, Winton, I can tell you. And now the tackle, the ball's going in and out and up and down, and tackles are coming from everywhere. They're on tackle number 4, Barcaldine. He was off and beyond. So did I. I said, hello, we'll see his arm and leg at the commercial and the rest of the railway. But they have the ball, they've gone over the blind side now. Barcaldine, they flicked the ball to Raymond Scott before being tackled over there. I can't pick it up. It looks to me like Willie Trevor, but we'll find him. They're on the 5th tackle, Barcaldine. They put the ball in the air and he ticked the clock. Tick, no, didn't work, tried it. They flicked the ball through before losing the ball forward. And
there you go. We'll change the place. Have they gone over?
looks to me.
No, doesn't look like it.
No.
Barcaldine may have scored a try. We'll come back here shortly. No.
No, I don't think they have. Everyone was pretty confident that they'd done it, but there's been no try scored there.
Right, yeah, it didn't look like they were going to go over. I couldn't see for
No,
looking.
they were trying to do the same trick as last time, but it didn't quite come off for them. So Winton will have the ball now as they come out for the kick, and well, they get it out. I don't know if it's sort of helping with meters, but they certainly got it out over the side, about around 20 metres out from their own line. As they come back in now for the restart, Winton got the ball.
Winton had the ball and they bring the ball forward, and that fellow there is Hancock. He was tackled, put to the ground by Barcaldine, by number 7, Jerome Miller, who put him down. Now they bring the ball up. Winton, what trick can they produce now? They trail at the present moment 16 points to 6, and the fireworks on out here already. And before Mitchell puts them down to the ground, they bring the ball up on the second tackle. Winton, they seem to be bringing most of their play right up the centre of the field, and it's not such a bad attack from them either. Here's Max Batt. He's a dummy half. He runs himself before he flicks the ball over on the far side to Herman. Herman flicked it to Brotherton before he's tackled. They're right on the halfway line, Winton. The score 16 points to 6 in favour of Barcaldine at the moment. They put the ball up on the fourth tackle. They're going to try and catch everybody asleep.
And they did.
And the ball goes out. And what will he call there?
I'm not sure. We'll wait and see what the ref says here.
It'll be Barcaldine feed, I would say.
On the scrum, which you'll pack down in just a moment. 23 minutes gone, 16 points to 6 on the scoreboard. 10 points the difference between Barcaldine and Winton here. I thought Winton were going to come back into the game there for a bit, but they've let it slide again. There's only a couple of tries in it, so we'll see what happens here. Barkey to have the feed of the scrum as they come down now. Thanks to our sponsors tonight as well. O'Donnell's Foursquare here in Barcaldine, Darryl and Mary. Winton Electrical, g'day Alan Wendy. We've got Peter at the shop right in Winton. Lloyd from Outback Optical, as well as Anne and Terry at A&T Casual. Scrum comes out, Barkey's got the ball.
They bring the ball up via Mark Wren, and he makes valuable ground on him before he's put down to the ground by Haddon from Winton, and he just laughed at him. He wasn't too worried about that. Then they flick the ball back to Hanson. Hanson brings the ball. He puts the ball inside to Horman. Horman flicks it out to nobody, unfortunately. It goes down your grandmother's window. Living on the north side, and that's where the ball went. So now,
so we'll see the scrum pack down again, and Winton will have the feed this time. So we'll see him a bit better play from Barcaldine there to lose the ball so early, and Winton are fairly close to the Barcaldine line, so they've got a good chance here as they get ready to pack down for another scrum. The score remains 16-6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. We'll wait and see how Bingo's bet went. I thought you'd bet on Winton, seeing as you always put them off on people and don't give them the bet.
if I went for Winton, I wouldn't be allowed to know.
Winton have got the ball as they come out of the scrum.
They have the ball. Max Batt has the ball before he flicks it back to Little. Now Barcaldine have to turn around and tackle these boys hard as they bring it up. The golden blue machine from Winton bring it up towards the 30-metre line, and tackled on the ground. There was Basket. Now Barcaldine turn around to tackle. They're going to bring the ball. Where are they going to flick? They flick to Max Batt. He's put on the ground. Max Batt, they're away to him. He's put on the deck. And they trying to get back into the match. Winton, they flick the ball inside to number 13, and that was Ellis. Ellis flicks the ball, and before he throws it to Barcaldine, and thank you very much, and steal the ball. And that ball was stolen by none other than Simon Mitchell. He had the ball, and he now played the ball back inside to number 19, and that's it. Bashford, and Bashford brings the ball up, and then he flicks the ball over. They have the ball now. Mark Red, he tucks up with it. He goes up to the 40-metre line. They're on tackle number 2, a costly mistake by Winton. Could this lead to a try for Barcaldine? Simon Mitchell has the ball. He flicks it over to, and it looks like Johnny Warrior before he's put down to the ground. Now they're up on the 40-metre line. They're making plenty of ground. Hanson brings the ball forward. They bring it up to the halfway line now. And they are trailing at the moment 16 points to 6. And this is tackle number 4. Barcaldine have the ball. Referee looking to keep Winton on side. Doing a good job of doing that too. Now they bring the ball. Barcaldine up to the halfway line. This will be the 5th. Referee indicates 5th and last. The pill will go up in the air this time. They give it to Lee Horman. He puts it up in the air and it goes about 72 miles. Needs a parachute to get there and come back, but grabbed by Winton in great defence and taken on the full. Now Basket, he's tackled on tackle number 1. And a little bit of scrubby stuff in the tackle as well. They bring it up now, Winton, and Little was the man. He's tackled to the ground and brought down. They are making ground now, Winton, as they bring the ball. The ball went inside to Herman, I should say, and now tackled on the 40-metre line. They bring the ball up. Here's the ball flicking inside to Batt. Before he's tackled. They're about 5 metres away from the halfway line. I can smell the kick coming from here. It looks pretty dangerous as they look around Winton to see where the kicker was. No good. He was back behind play. So I put the mocker on Winton and they knocked the ball on, and now Barcaldine will get these scrum feet. So 16 points to 6 at the present moment.
not too bad so far. We're over halfway through the first half of the match tonight. 16 points to 6, 10 points the difference. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Winton can get another couple of points on the board. They've been holding out Barkey pretty well. I can't really knock Winton's play so far tonight. They've really been in the game and holding Barkey back, and Barkey, of course, have been doing the same. As Barcaldine get the ball out of the scrum, they're down their first tackle now.
Now they are tackling now. We're running with the ball, I should say, was Taylor, and he was tackled on the ground and put to the ground by Winton. They bring the ball up now, they're over halfway line. What are they going to loom up with now? Danny Arthur lurking around in the background. He smells the tries coming on. They bring it up to the 30-metre line where that boy Big Shane Murray back in the match. It looks like it is. They bring it up over past the halfway line. Mitchell, he doesn't know where to go. The Rena, they flick the ball inside. Now they go the other side. Barkey, they switch play one to another. They near on confused themselves, but they've made plenty of valuable ground. There's nobody at home for Winton. Barcaldine are flying over the line. Will they get there?
No.
No, looked like he went over the line, but I'm not quite sure.
He dropped the ball just before scoring a try. That's what it looked like to me.
Oh dear. Well, no points on the board for Barcaldine there, but Winton will have a change over. 16 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. Or have they? What's going on in the scrum packing down by the looks of it?
A forward pass, I think.
There we go. They are setting up for a scrum. As Barcaldine and Winton take on each other tonight. 28 minutes gone in the match. We've only got another 12 to go before we see the end of the first half. Winton down into the scrum, as are Barcaldine. They've got the ball out of it. Here they go.
And they are tackled down near the 30-metre line on the sideline and warming up. Last year's fullback, captain and coach from last year, Raymond Scott. He's already scored a try tonight. Sprinting up and down, getting ready to come on the field. So he might be the turnaround before the match. Barcaldine have the ball. They bring the ball up, a little bit of a somersault in and out by Danny Arthur. They go over to the far side once again where Wren was tackled and put to the ground, up and over the halfway line. Now Barcaldine in front of the present moment, 16 points to 6, and they are on the fourth tackle now as they bring the ball up towards being tackled there by Herman and Brother and put them down to the ground. Barcaldine about 15 metres away from the line. They're on tackle number 4. Which way are they going to go? They go inside, they flick the ball to Simon Mitchell, then they come back in on the far side and try to go up the forward now. And they flick the ball back to Winton and tackled by Winton. Sneaks underneath him and they score a try. Barcaldine.
Lyle Balderson.
Lyle
Balderson.
Oh my godfather, the captain coach, Lyle Balderson. Grandad scored a try, good on him, he's put it under, and Barcaldine lead 20 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel scoreboard with the kick to come. How hard is it to see?
I was going to say it was damn near impossible to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
We don't care.
On the board, looking like a reasonable sort of kick here. We've got number 6 for Barcaldine lining up now, and that is Horman who's doing the kicking tonight, and it is successful. I think points on the board brings it up 22 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard Saturday night. Barcaldine were pretty convincing here in their try scoring. Winton, as I say, they have been playing reasonably well, and certainly not backing down from Barcaldine at all. They really want to bring it up to them, but if they can get the points on the board, will be the question. They're always a strong team, but can they do it away from home? That'll be the point. We've got one of the Winton players limping off the field here. Not quite sure who that is, but probably just coming up for a spell. And no doubt we'll see him come back on in a little while from now. Here we go. Everyone's set back. They're ready to come up. Winton come up. They kick the ball now. And Barcaldine are well and truly at home. Get it on the first bounce. They're away now.
They bring the ball up to the 30-metre line. Barcaldine coming on the field now. Raymond Scott, he's back on the field, and also Shane Murray after having a little spell coming back on again. He's third time back before Miller is tackled on the 40-metre line. They lead 22 points to 6 Barcaldine as the ball comes back inside to Miller. Miller brings the ball forward before he flicks the ball, and he gets it out to Maloney before he was tackled and put to the ground. Now they come out on the far side. Raymond Scott gets hold of the ball and he's like a wounded bull. He charges forward. He brings the ball up to the halfway line. Now the ball will come back to Simon Mitchell. Simon Mitchell will bring it back inside to Miller. Miller flicks the ball. Where does he go with it? He flicks it over to Maloney before he's put on the ground. Mitchell at dummy half now. He's lurking as well. They're trying and hunger to get points. They flick the ball. They go on this side of the field where they bring the ball over to Balderson. Balderson charges towards the line. Bring the ball back inside. They're going to go over Barcaldine. Are they under? Are they over? Of course they are.
That's McCracken.
It's Lee McCracken who put the ball underneath near the post. So they lead 26 points to 6. That try by Lee McCracken with a kick to come on the Commercial Hotel scoreboard. Yep, back one tonight. Sorry, mate, I damaged you there.
6 points to 6, 20 points the difference. Can they put another 2 on? No, they can't. It's late, so that conversion was unsuccessful. I thought it was going to be there for a second, but unfortunately not. So there we go. 26 points to 6 on the board. And 7 minutes to go. Will there be another try on the board? We'll wait and see. We've got, thanks to our sponsors tonight, Daffy's Dining and Takeaway. Also got ShopRite in Winton. We've got Barcaldine Retribution and A&T Casuals. And Barcaldine will step down in their half. Winton are coming up. So we've seen this routine before. They take the kick now, pretty much straight down the field, underneath the goal post. And I'm not sure if Marky's going to get it. There we go. That wasn't really good. But anyway, they've got it now.
Justin's on the fullback Hanson to bring the ball in. He's not a normal back play fullback, so he's been put under a bit of pressure, but he's answered the question so far as they bring the ball back. Barcaldine in high tackle there and put to the ground by Winton. Now they'll start to tackle hard, and they've actually hurt one of the players on the ground. Look like Anthony Spelder. The referee has called time off. So
34 minutes gone in the match, and we've got the trainers coming out for Barcaldine now.
it was a pretty, it wasn't exactly a high tackle, but high enough, and he was put to the ground, and I think it's Anthony Spelder, isn't it?
Yeah, he was pretty convincingly
no, he's Spelder here.
It was high, but not exceptionally high.
Spelder. Who's down?
So we're just finding out who the person on the field
Stephen
is.
Coveney. Stephen Coveney? Stephen Coveney.
Coveney, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry to worry anybody at Spelder's friends. Got a field and all, mate, too. It's not Anthony Spelder, it's the boy Coveney he's put on the ground.
Steve.
It's Steve Coveney it is. But he was putting tackle pretty hard to the ground too by Winton.
A fairly forceful tackle. I mean, Winton are pretty fired up here to get them down. They certainly put Stephen down.
Anyway,
32. I know. Not real sure here. He's walking off to the side of the field, so we might have a replacement coming on for him now. I think we've got number 13 for Barcaldine ready to come on if he doesn't continue playing.
and that is actually Anthony Spelder. He'll come on.
Okay. Now we know where everyone is. Who's off the field? Anthony Spelder's on. Time back on. Plays underway again.
Right, they have the ball, Barcaldine, and Miller brings the ball forward before he flicks it over to Maloney before he's put down to the ground. John Wyera, he's working at the 30-metre line, inside of one, inside another, straight up the middle. He don't care, he said, put me on the ground, have you, where's you? And he's tackled on the 40-metre line. Now Simon Mitchell has the ball. He goes over the far side and, a little kick in the air and hit Max back fair in the head. Didn't worry him either, and he just bounced off him at 1,000 miles an hour. And now they come up the 40-metre line with the tackle count. I imagine it would start again. Yep, it sure does. I didn't think the referee liked me that much. He was waving to me. Mitchell has the ball. He balls the ball, throws the ball over to Hanson, and they put down to the ground. Near on losing the ball. Barcaldine. If you just joined us, it's 26 points to 6 with about 4 minutes to go before the first half. And Barcaldine had the ball, and Maloney brings it up to the halfway line. The big fella, they flick the ball inside there to Mitchell. Mitchell decides to run on his own. Then they come on the inside there now to Miller. Miller flicks the ball comes out then to Johnny Wyera. Then the ball comes back up, and they're tangled on just 10 minutes on into Winton's territory. They bring the ball forward there from Miller. Miller goes out to the far side. Raymond Scott had the ball. Then the ball comes back to the fullback in Hanson. He's put down to the ground and tackled it. Now they bring the ball. Barcaldine on around about the fourth tackle. They tackled to the ground by Winton before. Looked like Winton steal the ball then. Yep. A little bit of skullduggery on there we are, and Winton end up with a pill, and they bring the ball up to the halfway line, and the ball goes in one hand of Elliott, and he brings it up to the halfway line. On tackle number 1, this is where Barcaldine have got to be very cautious. It's 26 points to 6, only a few minutes to go before half time. I'm sure they don't want to let them back into the match before half time and let them score any points. Back as the ball. They come out and they put a little kick in the air. Is anybody at home? You bet your bottom dollar. It's that man McCracken, and he runs from one side of the field to the other. Dodges 1, dodges 2 before he's put down by Winton. Run about 70 metres like a mud crab, but that don't matter. They go to the far side. Now they bring the ball up through. Shane Murray, he's tackled on the 40-metre line. Barcaldine back in possession. Only a few minutes to go before half time, and 2.5 minutes to go, and that's Maloney who has the ball. He brings the ball up before he's put to the ground by Winton, and no, he brings the ball back inside to Hanson. A one-handed tackle. Now, and a dummy half once again is Simon Mitchell. He has the ball. He come over to the far side and they flick the ball back inside to Miller. Miller flicked it into one side, over the other. Went through Raymond Scott, then it went back to Wren, was at him. And they bring the ball up to about 10 metres away from the line. They're trying to go over before half time. Are we on the big tackle or not? No. It must be around about the fourth. They go on the far side. They're going to score. They're up and over by Goannas. That makes it 30 points to 6. We'll check very shortly who the try scorer was.
On the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Mark, we're in, mate. Steve Bangle, as it was in the first couple of tries, so we'll wait and see how successful the conversion is. I think we've had moderate success so far in this match. Here they come in, take the kick. And it is waved away a little bit too far to the right of the upright spot. Look at it, so 30 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard as they bring the ball back up. And we'll be seeing half time in just a moment or two. Next weekend is the double header in Ilfracombe, Tambo and Winton first game, and then Ilfracombe Barcaldine taking on each other in Ilfracombe next Saturday night. The other game happening this weekend is Longreach and Tambo at the Longreach Showgrounds, and that'll be tomorrow afternoon, I would suspect, around about 3 o'clock that game will kick off. So Longreach Tambo, and of course Barcaldine Winton playing tonight, which is a game we're watching right now. Okay, Winton is set. They're coming in, taking the kick now, and pretty much straight down the middle of the field. Barky ready for them. Take it, and they're away.
And they bring the ball forward, Barcaldine, and straight back on the field is Will Trevor. He's on the field on the 30-metre line, and he has the ball, and he's tackled by Winton. Now the ball comes to Hanson. Hanson's a dummy half. A little bit of skullduggery between Max Bannon and also in the firing line of Willie Trevor. After the tackle, Mitchell, he's a dummy half. He brings the ball, and before he flicks the ball over there to Miller, and before he's put to the ground on about the 30-metre line. At the present moment, it's 30 points to 6 in favour of Barcaldine, and Winton will pull out everything but the kitchen sink after half-time. Johnny Warrior brings the ball. There's the half-time signal. It is right on half-time, and it's 30 points to 6 in favour of Barcaldine. We'll be back with an update very shortly.
That was Maui in the corner too.
Oh, was it?
He's not happy. What's the
He's
correction?
not happy.
That's a correction.
I've corrected. Well,
Saturday night, and in the first half of football, we have seen Barcaldine score 30 points, and Winton have brought up 6 points tonight. And a reasonably convincing match to Barcaldine. Winton have certainly been in the game, but welcome back to the Barcaldine Showground for a Saturday night. We have 30 points, 6 on the scoreboard at the moment from the Commercial Hotel. The teams are back out on the field and ready to go for another 40 minutes of football. Winton are ready, Barky ready, the ref's ready. He's giving us a little wave, making sure that we all know he's ready. Time has been called on. Here we go. Barky had the kick off. Winton have got the ball. They're at home too, and here they go.
They bring the ball forward, Winton, and the ball comes forward with Brutton before he's put down on the 30-metre line. They have the ball winning now. They're going to flip back into this match straight away, otherwise it's all over Red Rover for them. And they bring the ball up to Ellis. Ellis brings the ball forward before he's put to the turf by Barcaldine, but they're going to tackle hard. The boys are pretty hard, keen to keep going. Ellis brings the ball. He's tackled on the 30-metre line, 40-metre line. And at dummy half will be Max Batt once again. He brings the ball back inside to Herman. Herman brings the ball up in tackle number 4, or he's put down to the ground by 2 or 3 Barcaldine players. And the defence pretty strong from Barky tonight so far. Up goes the Phil. Winton decided to kick the ball early. Who are they going to try and catch it home? Nobody. The ball goes out. Looks like it went out on the full. So the scrum will back down, right back on about the 40-metre line.
And that's all right. They're coming back down now and about to pack down and get ready for that. 30 points to 6 on the scoreboard. A minute into the match, and already we see our first mistake in the second half of football. Barky just about packed down. Winton are ready to go. Barky have got the feed. They've thrown the ball in now. That comes out their way.
They have the ball and they bring the ball forward up around about to the 30-metre line, and that's the full-back in Hanson before he's put to the ground by Winton. Simon Mitchell has the ball. He flicks the ball back inside, and now it comes over to Hanson with a spell. No, it wasn't. Mark Wren. Mark Wren goes the ball. Then the ball goes everywhere. Then it goes to Raymond Scott, and they crunch Raymond Scott down in the tackle, and he's put to the ground. Get up, young fella. That's the idea. And Raymond's got not very happy and saying, bring it on. Mark Wren has the ball. He charges up. He's only about 5 metres away from the line. Barcaldine score here. It's nearly all over, I can tell you. There was a cheeky bit of run. Winton hold them out, Barcaldine. They're on the fourth tackle, looking desperately to get over. Oh, a blinky pass from nowhere goes to Raymond Scott, then it goes to Simon Mitchell, then it goes to Miller. He misses one and he gets through another. He flicks the ball back range to Mitchell. He's been told by his teammates, go forward and go forward. He tried to before he flicked the ball way out. It went to nobody. Yeah, McCracken it was, but it was definitely a long way away from where Mr. McCracken was. And well, she's
They were so close to scoring a try, they would have been just a matter of centimetres away from the line there for a bit. Unfortunately, couldn't pull it off, so the ball passed right over the other side of the field and eventually going out as Scrum packs down once again. And they're only about 20 metres out from now Winton's line. There we go, Scrum packing down, Winton's got the feed, they put it in, it comes out their way, and they've got another 70 metres to go.
And they bring the ball forward, and that man there was Elliott before he was put down the ground. That dummy half for Winton was Garland. They're just looking around. They shell-shock these boys from Winton at the present moment. Ellis brings the ball back up before he's put to the ground by Barcaldine and tackled pretty hard. Max Batt, he runs from dummy half before he flicks the ball back inside to Ellis once again. He has the ball and he's tackled on the ground. So the combination of Ellis and Batt are trying to loom into the match again. Now they have the ball. They flick the ball up to Letton. Letton brings it forward. He's tackled on the halfway line to the defence from Barkey. It's not lined down. They know they've got to win this match to win the grand final, and they're in it up to their ears at the present moment. And they have the ball now. Garland brings the ball forward for Winton. They're up and over the halfway line. They flick the ball back inside, and then it went a little before he's put down to the ground. Now Winton on around about the forward tackle. They flick the ball back, and it goes to Lithgow, I think it was, and he's put down to the ground on the halfway line. Barcaldine tackling like demons, and they get the ball. Barcaldine have the ball and charge up past the halfway line on tackle number one. Put to the ground there was
Moe.
Shane Moe, the big fella once again, was it? Yeah, he's hard to see tonight. He sneaks the ball under the 30-metre line, and they're in charge at the present moment. Barcaldine, one player on the deck calling out to for assistance, and then they lose the ball. And Winton players clapping for the mistake. And that player there was Garland. He thought that was quite good. He put his hands up in the air. But I tell you what, it's panic stations at the present moment for Winton. Pardon me, they trail 30 points to 6. We're about 5 minutes into the match, and if they don't claw into the match first try, I got a very sad story for them. It's all over Red Rover if they don't get back into the match very, very soon. And they're quite capable of doing it.
Winton are packing down, Barkey packing down, Winton's got the feed and they bring the ball out straight away and trying to get away from Barkey.
And they sneaked the ball out. The man there was Ellis before he went inside to Lenton. And then they are trying to get right, as I told you, back into the match. Then the ball went back to Joel Mann before he's put down to the ground. They're up and over the halfway line, Winton, and trying to claw back into the match. Then the ball went back to Basket before he was tackled. Now Batt, he'll have the ball. He'll flick it where? Which way will he go? He'll make his own decision. He beats the ball to Basket. He's brought forward. Basket, I should say, and he's tackled it around about the 30-metre line. So now they're trying to claw back into the match winning. They're charging forward as Batt has the ball. He flicks it over to Garland and then went to Elliott. Elliott over to the other fellow and Brotherton before he's tackled. Max Batt takes a little run himself. He gives it to the fullback man. They try another trick. They put the ball up in the air. Is there anybody at home? Yep, they're at home for Barkey, all right. And the ball goes out of play, and that was the big fella Moe again, was it? He's most certainly into everything tonight, having an absolute blinder. Shane Moe, could it be that me says later on in the night that he's the man of the match?
We'll wait and see. I think we'll wait till the game's over. So, 5 minutes gone in the second half of football as we wait to see the restart of play here this evening. What are we looking at? Alright, so we've got the ball being kicked now, coming back up, and the Winton got the ball, and wow, they're only 20 metres out from Barkey's line, and they're going to be playing hard.
They bring the ball up and tackle around about the 30-metre line. Now trying hard to get over once again, Winton. They bring the ball forward from Brotherton and he brings it up. They charge the ball over to Ellis to Lennon before they tackle way over on the far side of the field. Winton are trying to get back into the match by going on the blind side. Then they come back on the inside. So the ball went to Garland inside, and they were, next in line was Batt. I know it was called a horse race at the moment. That time it went in, out, and round about. And now they're going to charge up the middle. What can they do here? The referee, the tough judges come in too. A little bit of a dust up coming. Couldn't quite exactly see what happened there. But on the ground is a Winton player.
No.
And and on the other side of him is a Barkey player. And the Winton fella getting up. Can't quite exactly see who's on the ground for Winton. We'll get the
Binoculars on him. 6 minutes gone in the second half football. 30 points to 6. The score remains as it was 6 minutes ago. So no points have been scored so far. We'll find out what happened over on the field. It looks like number 11.
Yep.
Is that right?
You're
Number
right,
11,
mate.
Barcaldine.
Yep.
And that would be
Winton's playing.
Trevor.
Willie Trevor, they won't let him. They can hit him in there with the house bag. He said, he'll give it to me again if you want to. He's back up. They put the magic Barcaldine water on him. Now, what's the referee going to say?
I don't know. I can't even find it. I reckon a group of people.
That's
There he is.
a little gentleman pointer.
Send someone off.
I thought he was going to send me off then.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be the last either.
Right, here we go. No one comes off the field. We've just got a restart of play here by the looks of it. And the penalty going to Barcaldine.
No, it goes to Winton. And they bring the ball up. They're right on the right underneath the post. They nearly caught Barcaldine snapping. Sounders leap then. Back, he flicks the ball. They get nobody at home. The water ball went inside to number 7. And they scored a try, Winton. Have they gone over? Won the referee award?
Pretty sure he's a winner already, hasn't he?
No.
I'm not quite sure.
No, he's having a chat to the touch judges. All the players are pretty happy that it's a try. Going to check what happened in back play.
Well, if it's a try, I will walk the Burton back. The ball went straight forward, no risk along the world, and then grabbed along the
no
ground.
try.
You're exactly right.
No try.
Forward.
Has he ruled it forward?
I think he has. I'm not sure what
Ruled no try anyway.
that hand movement was. I'm pretty sure there's no try, so the score remains 30 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. I'd already written it down in the try. I couldn't see from here, so there we go. 30 points to 6, and we've got players moving back now. Time backing down. Barney have the feed that comes out their way.
And they bring the ball forward up Barcaldine. After that ball was knocked on by Winton, and now they're in charge of the ball as they tackled it right down near their try line by 1 or 2 players from Winton. The awarded penalty before would have come off one of the Maloney brothers, I'd say, just being a little tiny bit rough against Winton. But that's the way the mob plops. He was penalised for it, and now they lose the ball, and Barcaldine have it, and they charge forward. And they have the ball, Barcaldine, and Johnny Waira had the ball, but he flicked it back inside to Miller. Miller brings the ball forward before he's tackled and hit on the ground. Now on tackle number 3, they don't
Get off him.
Get off him. And the referees are letting him get away with it. Winton. There's a high tackle now. He's got something to say about that one. And that was number 11 from Winton. Rather than that wasn't a head-high tackle on out here. Yep, he's awarded a penalty against it. And Winton lying all over him in a tackle. They refused to get up. Maybe, I suppose, if you're trailing 30 points to 6 and around about grand final time, they wouldn't be happy either. Now Barcaldine have the ball, and they'll bring the ball through Simon Mitchell will have the ball. He flicks the ball inside, in round one another. He went to Wren. Wren skipped away from it. Now Mitchell has the ball once again, and the ball goes back inside. Then it flicks over to Horman before it was, they are tackled around about 10 metres away from the line. This will be the nail that'll put it in the coffin if they go over against Winton right now, Barcaldine. The ball comes back inside to miss him in a moment. They just can't quite see it. There's only about 3 metres away from the line. Barcaldine desperately trying to get over. And Simon Mitchell, he flicks the ball. And now it comes out wide. This will be a try, brother. No risk in the wide. Well, pick up the number cucumber. It's number 1. It's Hanson for Barcaldine. How easy's that? You can close the gate now. Good. All over now. Forget about Red Rover even. I'm going to borrow your pen. I'm that excited.
That's right, 34 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. 10 minutes on the time with the picture card.
You reckon I'm going to give them some from now on in? There it is there. Take your glasses off. Binoculars on. I didn't know where I was going there.
On the board. Can they make it 6 points? They take the kick now, and it has been waved away. 11 points gone in the second half of football. 34 points to 6. The score remains as Winton come back up and get ready for the restart of play. Rugby head back down in their half, and it should be interesting a little while to come yet. Looks like Winton just can't seem to get enough steam in them to get some more points on the board. So we'll hopefully, you never know what we'll see. Barcaldine maybe coming in around about 7:30 as Winton line themselves up again. After the match, we'll get the Country Tracks Top 10 underway, and then Courtney will be back for Saturday Night Ranch Club right here on 4MG. Okay, Winton take the kick, ball's through, I was going to say straight down the centre of the field, but it goes a little bit to the right from where we are, and Barkey got the ball and they're away again.
They're off and running with it, and that was good. They picked the ball up. Now they bring the ball up, Barcaldine, and they're hungry tonight. They're hungry to score more points. 34 points to 6 at the present moment as they bring the ball up through Miller before he's tackled up around about the 30-metre line. Now at dumbing up once again is Mitchell. He's playing a big one tonight, Simon Mitchell. He's right into it as well as Barkey have forced an error. Winton caused them to knock the ball on. So they're on their 30-metre line, and Winton, well, they'll get the scrum and look really and really. If they don't score a try off this set of 6, I know we've got a long way to go on the match, but Barcaldine, they're all over them like the new set of benches.
It's just incredible the way Winton have been playing well over the past couple of weeks, and then they've lost a bit of form there for a while, but they just can't seem to get into the match as they get the ball
They're
out
into
of the
it
scrum.
now. Now they bring the ball out wide at Winton, and they're trying to get back in over the line. Over the line. Sideline.
Outside line.
Line.
Wrong line, Bingo.
Exactly right. So there's a mistake from Winton being out on the sideline. So
We'll get the ball back to Barkey now. The scrum pack's down again, so there you go. They put the ball out just over the wrong line, unfortunately. 34 points to 6. The score remains. 13 minutes to go in the second half of football. And Barcaldine will have the feed of this scrum tonight at the Barcaldine Showgrounds. Thanks very much to our sponsors this evening, Barcaldine BP, Barcaldine Motels. The ball comes out Barkey's way.
Barkey had the ball, and they bring the ball up to the 30-metre line, and that was Maloney before he's put to the ground by Winton. They trail 34 points to 6 as they bring it up now to the 30-metre line, and that was Horman before he was put down to the ground. On tackle number 2, making around about 10 or 15 metres each time they get the ball, and now they make another 10 as they bring it up and tackle them and put to the deck by number 17, and that's Brotherton for Winton. As they bring the ball up now, Mitchell, they get it out to the far side, the ball goes over to Barcaldine on tackle number 4, and they weren't tackled, the ball came out of nowhere, then they try to get it over on the far side. Now trying to make the score a little bit more embarrassing as Barcaldine's on tackle number 4, I believe. Now they bring the ball out this side of the field. It goes to Miller. Miller flicks the ball inside, and he charges forward now. They bring the ball up. Barcaldine got into the try-scoring line, and of course, he's Dan Arthur. He was charging up for it. Now they're about 15 metres away. They all want to score a try. Here's Mark Renner. He passes the ball away. He gives it to Spelder. Before Spelder flicks it, it goes over on the far side. They're eager to score a try there. A little kick comes into the match, and over the sideline, but tripped over his own shoelaces, unfortunately for Barkey. Now Winton calling for the sideline, someone to come off. Pardon me, off comes number 4 for Winton. He looks a bit distressed, and that is Basket.
Number 10 comes on.
And he's got a little bit of an injury towards him, and that's Herman, the big... Oh, he's got the other fellow sticking off the today. Herman comes on. And they are trying to bring the ball up over their 10-metre line where Max Banner's at dummy half. He brings it up. There's Big Tansy into the match first. He's sprinting like a gazelle. Tansy missed 1, missed 2. Put about 30 metres in him. Now they bring the ball forward, and Winton eagerly and keenly trying to get back in the match. People bang, crash to the ground. Mark Wren jumped out of nowhere. I think he got slungshot from the grandstand and crashed and went into the ground. They take the kick. They're trying everything now. Garland kicks the ball forward, and Barcaldine get hold of the ball. No drama. Kane Farmer, and they bring it up to the halfway line. They're on tackle number 1. They're as keen as mustard. Barcaldine, they go over yet again. They bring the ball forward up and over the halfway line. And that boy was Maloney. Now Simon Mitchell, which way will he go? I'll say he'll come out this way into the grandstand side. Simon done something that Bingo said for a change. It's unbelievable. Up and over the halfway line, about 10 metres this side of the line. Now, they have the ball, Barcaldine and keen to get over once again as they charge towards the line. Maloney throws the ball, it goes out and up and over to nobody. So another mistake, but I suppose you can afford to make the mistakes. Being 34 points to 6, but it doesn't help very much when the coach gets us in the dressing room later on, fellas. I know about that. Anyway, it's 34 points to 6, and
16 minutes gone on the clock as they come and pack down for another scrum here. Winton have the feed, and they will, they might get it out of the scrum. Who knows? Barkey might push just hard enough to get it back. We'll wait and see. But Winton have the feed, more than likely to have the ball after it. There we go, feed it in. Comes out Winton's way, they're away again.
Yep, they have the ball, and Elliott was a man. He put the ball back inside the Latin before. It then went over to Lithgow, and they're over on the far side of the field. Winton, and they're on tackle number 1 before brought to the ground by Willie Trevor, I believe. They're on tackle number 2, Winton. Now they're starting to make plenty of ground. In the last 2 sets of 6, they made plenty of ground, Winton, so they're trying desperately. They have not given up yet, even though they trail by a long way. Away goes Garland, he has the ball, and then they flick the ball back inside and tackle to the ground about 30 metres away from the line. Now Winton, eagerly and keenly to get over. Max Batt has the ball, he flicks the ball back to the fullback in Joel Mann. Joel Mann knocks the ball forward and goes out.
I think he went to pass it to someone and there was nobody there. He should have just gone himself to get over the line if he wanted the 4 points on the board, but he missed it completely.
I think he thought the bloke in the green and black was playing
He
on his
wanted to put it on his team. He passed it out. He was swear blind that he was going to pass it out to someone who was standing on his side, but there was nobody there.
It was probably a trick from Barcaldine. They were probably saying, here, pass it to me, pass it to me.
And he fell for it well and truly. Right now, the Strong's backing down now. Barkey will have defeat, and it's now their chance to run 70 metres after 6 tackles and see how close they can get to their line as they get the ball now.
And look at Simon Mitchell. He has the ball and he brings it up to the 30-metre line before he's put down on the ground. The score, if you just joined us, 34 points to 6 in favour of Barcaldine. They've run away with this game and they've been all over Winton like a rash so far. And they bring the ball up to the halfway line on tackle number 2. Simon Mitchell. What's happened over there? I know, it's okay. I thought the ball had gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
Good
happened.
haywire then, but they just took their time to bring the ball to play. Now they bring the ball up to the 40-metre line. And Johnny Wire, who was tackled, wasn't very happy with it. Has a little word to the other fellow. Was that, no, it wasn't John. It was maybe Mark Wren. But anyway, we'll pick them up once again, Goodley. And here's Miller. I tell you what, he gives plenty of cheek. Miller, he's only knee-wide of a grasshopper. And he brings the ball up and over towards the 40-metre line. One of the Winton players down. Simon Mitchell has the ball. They ruck the ball forward. Barcaldine trying to get over it once again. 34 points to 6. I need another try. I need another try if you don't mind. Then that is on the 5th tackle. Now there's a sprint to the line. Where does the ball go? Out.
Right out the back line. So nothing happening there. 34 points to 6. 19 minutes gone so far in this second half of football. And Markey certainly did well to get the ball up so far on that set of 6. They moved it nearly 60 metres and they got it very close to the line, but unfortunately not successful. Winton have the tap restart and they go down to their first tackle now. It's number 13.
Yeah, and it's Ellis as he brings the ball up. He'll pick the ball back down and back. Batters the ball. He passes the ball to Herman. Herman's laid a few runs on so far for Winton. And they bring the ball back now to Bat. Bat is coming up. He'll flick the ball inside to Elliott.
Shoulder right.
Tackle on the ground and put to the net by Barcaldine. They'll come up and try and make ground to the halfway line. Max Batt, the fellow, brings it up to the halfway line. Barcaldine shut him down tonight. They haven't let him play part and parcel of the game that he did last week. And they bring the ball up to the halfway line before the kick's put up in the air by Garland. Where does it go? Nobody knows. Who's at home? Somebody's at home. It's the fullback Hanson. No, what did he do?
No, it's gone out on the sideline. Over the score area. It's very hard to see down that angle of the field from here. But I think they've eventually picked it up, so Barkley going to bring the ball back up now to restart, I would say. There won't be any trying to back down or anything like that. Barkley gets set, and Winton have back down their line. Yep, they're right to go. About to take the kick now. They're coming up underneath the goalpost. We have 20 minutes gone in the second half football. 8 minutes playing to go, so take the kick now straight out the centre of the goalpost. Winton have got the ball. Here we go.
Yeah, it went straight in the safe hands of Elliott.
Ellis has got it now, and he goes down to the first tackle.
And then he passed it to Ellis, and now Elliott's back and dumbing up. Then they flick the ball back inside to Haddon. Haddon makes ground before he's put down to the ground by Barcaldine. They're about 30 metres away from the line. And Winton now play the ball away, and then on the inside it goes once again to that fella Haddon, and he brings it up on tackle number 3 before he's put down to the ground.
Did you hurt yourself?
They trying their hardest to possibly go over the line. Winton as they bring the ball inside, and the ball goes a little flick past to Cooper. Cooper tries to do a little hoobie-doobie and get around Barcaldine, but they tackle him. Bat has the ball. He gives it back inside to Garland. Garland gives the ball. He flicks the ball over then to Elliott. Elliott charges towards the line. The ball's gone over near the line. Will they get over?
I don't think so. He's not calling it that way.
The referee says...
Hold up. We'll go on forward. I'm not sure which one he chose there.
No, Barcaldine have the ball anyway. They pass the ball, so that must have been the 6th tackle. Anyway, they give the ball back to Barcaldine. They bring the ball up to around about 15 metres away from their line. They're charging up, getting away from the line. Make it 20 metres now. Barkley, if you just joined us, the score on the Commercial Hotel scoreboard is 34 points to 6. We're back tackles. and puts Barker down to the ground. They're on tackle number 3. The referee looking at him to keep him onside. They're most certainly offside, but he's kept his eye on them and forced them back, and now a little kick comes up in the air. They're trying to see if anybody's at home for Winton. And at home for Winton then was Latin, and he brings the ball forward, and he's put his foot down to the ground. So now, that dummy up will be Little. Little has the ball. He gives it to Brotherton, who's just come on. He's put down to the ground by Miller. So they are desperately trying once again to get back into the match. They lose the ball. The ball goes to Cooper, number 15. He dropped the ball on the ground, and in sheer frustration, Winton slammed the ball on the ground. 34 points to 6.
Scoreline's not changing too much. We're about to see one try run in this half. I'm not sure if that's from time or from one of the teams not playing as well as they could. Winton have got their hands on their hips, and I think Barkey doing the same here. So it's been very tough football, very quick too. Both teams have been eager to get the ball and move it around very quickly to try and keep the others off guard as Barkey gets the ball out of his front.
And that went to the captain coach, who juggled the ball in the air, Balderson, and he's tackled down on the 30-metre line. Yeah, mate, I wouldn't even run the water out with these blokes. They're the toughest thing I've seen in football way out here in the West. They bring the ball forward, and I mean both sides, not just this team. Oh, he slipped in there, otherwise it would have been someone going to the sin bin. Anyway, they bring the ball. Here's Mitchell. He has the ball. He brings it over. They're trying to get personally over Mark Wren. Mark Wren says, no, mate, I've scored a couple. Now they flourish out. And they flick out, they're trying to flick out number 17, and that was my mate, Mr. Coveney, once again. And they nearly went over, but Barcaldine was flicked out. So the score?
34 points to 6 as the penalty goes to Winton, and they're going to get the feed in the scrum, so they've got another set of 6 ahead of them to maybe get another few points on the board. But I really don't think it's going to make much difference. Barkey are holding them out particularly well, and to their credit, Winton are also holding out Barcaldine well as they go after tackle. Winton have got the ball, and the trips, and he goes down into his first tackle.
Old man hit the net there, and he was taken by Barcaldine, and now the ball comes to Elliott. They go out on the far side. The ball then goes inside to Herman, and he's tackled over on the 30-metre line. Now Winton bringing the ball forward up to Barcaldine, and Barcaldine equal and against the Twitter. They tackle him on the 30-metre line. On tackle number 3. Winton just not making the valuable ground that they usually do every week. They bring the ball up and tackle them in hard by Barcaldine. They said they're in it to win it, and they haven't stopped tackling. They haven't stopped trying all night, both sides. But at the present moment, she's 34 points to 6 in favour of Barcaldine as Winton. See, they don't make very much down on the set of 6 this time as they come up to the 40-metre line on the 5th tackle. Max Batty's as frustrated as you can possibly find, and he flicks the ball that goes a long pass out to Brotherton, and then it went to Elliott. Now they're trying to run down the wing, and they were tackled by Barcaldine, but jiggled back to Winton, and then eventually put down to the ground.
They pass the ball back to Barcaldine, and they come up with it.
Well, that's fair enough. They wanted bad enough, and they bring the ball up to the 30-metre line, Barcaldine. So we have around about
15 minutes to go.
Okay, about 15 minutes to go in the match, and at the present moment, 34 points to 6 as Barcaldine bring the ball up on the 3rd tackle and inside to Raymond Scott. Then they flip the ball out to Mark Wren. Mark Wren charges up to the line. He tries to get over. They're desperately trying to get some 4 points on the field. They'll flick the ball inside. There's Raymond Scott, the big fella. He has the ball, then he flicks it to himself. He dodges one, he dodges 2 before he's put on the ground by Winton, and they're eager and keen to put him down to the deck. And then the ball goes way over inside it. To Jerome Miller.
Lex McCracken.
Oh, they're going to score. They've gone over the Barcaldine. Let's have a look at
Lex McCracken.
There he goes.
Lee McCracken's gone over on the far side, so the score now is 38 points to 6, and I reckon that's about what I said it'd be when we kicked off.
On the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard with a kick to come. So what's your point, Bingo? It would be a little bit closer than what it is, but Winton have certainly been playing hard, but they just haven't been able to get the points on the board. So Barkey are 38 points. Can they make it 40? Nope. Bingo gets it. 38 points to 6. The score remains on the Commercial Hotel.
The Barcaldine Rugby League, Sue and Paul Searcy, the managers, the owners of the Shakespeare Hotel, the people that I work for, they're going around Australia. They're leaving us very shortly, and probably the last game that Paul will be here for. And I'd like to say hello to Paul and Sue for, and thank you very much on behalf of the football club for their sponsorship and the love and the attention they paid to our game. So See you later, Paul, and see you guys have a lovely time on your holiday. Well-deserved break, mate.
No doubt they will. Looks like there was a penalty coming from some play there, and we've had the kick from Barcaldine. They get the extra set of 6 down. It comes up to the 20-metre line, and they're about to take a tap here. Just having a little chat to the touch judge. Something happened in that, and Winton pulled them up, and the ref's having a chat now. It looks like we're going to have a scrum tap down here by the looks of it. And it should be Barkey's feed. We're not quite sure what happened there. Something odd happened in the field of play, but anyway, we're coming up now. Barkey going to pack down, Winton will pack down as well, and Barcaldine feed as it is, so we're going to come out with the ball, and we're still about 20 metres out from the line, so here we go, they're in now. Get the ball in, it comes out Barkey's way, and here they go again.
There's Miller, he had the ball before, and he went out of the scrum and Barcaldine. They're about 15 metres away from the line. Pick a number, any number, see your regular score. Speller has the ball, he flicks the ball over the captain, coach, and he's put to the ground, but he flicks the ball away. Now they go on the far side. Barcaldine, they're charging over towards the line, just held up by Winton as he got the ball over. Let's have a chat. The referee says, that'll do me.
Yep, he's got
Have
that points on the board there.
I'll pick up the try score for you very shortly.
29 minutes gone in this second half of football. We've got to get another 10 to go, and 4 points on the board for Barcaldine. We're trying to find out who the scorer is, but there's a bit of a pile-up game there, so we'll find out who it is in just a moment.
Fullback number 1, Hanson was.
Hanson put that try in, so there's another 4 points on the board, and another kick to come in a moment. Be a reasonably good game. I think it's starting around about 3 o'clock at the showgrounds as they take the kick and conversion successful. Another 2 points on the board for Barcaldine, bring it up to Terry. Central Motors in Winton go to Butch and Ross, also go to Donald Sportswear. Barcaldine Retribution go to Doug and Paul, and Outback Optical, Lloyd at Outback Optical. As we get the restart of play now, Winton take the kick. Barkey are well and truly at home. Didn't kick it too far though, it was a pretty short one, but pretty high. They've got the ball and we're away again as they go down to the first tackle.
So Barcaldine bring the ball up now, they ruck it forward. You know, he goes inside the Goannas a while here before he was brought down to the ground by Winton. The game, just a formality now, 44 points to 6. The big match comes up next week between Barcaldine and Ilfracombe, the double header, and then
the other one is Tambo Winton.
Tambo Winton.
Ilfracombe Barcaldine.
Ilfracombe Barkey. So that'll be a big one. We'll broadcast that match for you next Saturday, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock first game, and the second game kicks off around about 6:30. So first one all between Tambo and Winton, and Ilfracombe Barcaldine. The second one around about 6:30 at the Ilfracombe Rec Centre. You can hear it all on 4 LG.
I'll give them a possible catch a tab up and then come on with the boys.
Yeah, why not?
Anyway, they have the ball, Barcaldine, on their 5th tackle, I should say, and they bring it up now as the kick goes high up in the air. Now Winton is going to rescue the ball. Which way will they go? Oh, great tackle. A great tackle, I should say. But the commitment was there, the tackle was there too, and that ball was taken there by number 5, Little, and tackled straight away by Barcaldine. On tackle number 2, they haven't made 1 inch. They haven't made 1/4 of an inch. Now the ball goes to Linton as they bring it up. And he's passed the ball back inside, and before being tackled, number 18 was Elliott. Now they bring the ball up. There is Grant. He brings it up towards the 40-metre line. The ball come back now to Garland, and Garland's brought down to the rack by Simon Mitchell. He tackles him down to the ground, and so too there was Anthony Spelder. Max Batt, he brings the ball forward. Then it goes back to Elliott, and Elliott makes a little bit of ground before he's brought forward. Winton supporters very, very quiet as eyes come over the crowd tonight, and they come up on the other side of the halfway line. Barcaldine are in front, 44 points to 6 at the present moment. Now this should be the handover, I'd say.
Looks like it.
Yep, referee's saying yes. He turns around and goes back the other way, and now Barcaldine bring the ball forward. They charge up to the halfway line. 44 points to 6 in the present moment, and then a big 2 games of football. You'll hear it on 4LG next Saturday at 4 o'clock. And then the main game around about 6:30, is it? Yep. And that'll be a bottler. Ilfracombe and Barcaldine, that's the one that everyone's tipping to be the grand final. We'll have Brett Harvey. We can find him on air straight after the match to talk about the fors and against of that match. And Barcaldine, 44 points to 6. If you imagine if Danny Chilcott was playing, it'd be 94 points to 6
Not enough here.
with our magic fullback. He's up here tonight.
How to make a man blush,
We're
don't
going to try and get him on the panel next week. See what happens there.
Right, we've got Barky with the ball. They come back up once again. Passing the ball out to the centre of the field now. They come down to the tackle, fifth tackle.
They're on their fifth, yep, Barky, and they're bringing it. Where are they going to go? Who wants to score a try? They're yelling out, let me, let me. And Mark Wren, he gets the ball. He brings the ball back into play. He puts the ball, a clever little kick on the air. Had nothing to lose. They're on their fifth tackle. Then the ball went back inside. They had two Latin and he brought the ball forward before he's tackled and smashed to the ground by Simon Mitchell. He's having a bottle of Simon Mitchell, I can tell you. Look out for a game for him next week. Up comes Ellis, he brings the ball up to the 30-metre line before he's put on the turf. Then they bring the ball back inside to Garland. Garland brings the ball back to Cooper. Cooper's put on the ground before he allows the ball to go forward. And they lose the ball, Winton, by the looks of it. Yep, Barcaldine come up with it. Simon Mitchell a dummy half. Which way will they go now? They flick the ball this way, up to Maloney. He's brought down to the ground on the 30-metre line. 3 or 4 tacklers there. Bring him up in the air. The referee surely have got to send him here, Your Honour.
Yep, looks like it.
That's Becker, I think.
Oh, no.
It was very close to a spear for my liking.
And the boy is on the ground, and they've got to put the binoculars to him.
We've got the trainers out having a look at him now. I think everyone's around him. We'll probably have time to put it off and maybe have him already.
I'm surely hoping that this boy's okay, but it could, unfortunately, be. All jokes aside, is it Mike Whaler?
Yeah.
Yep. I think it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually.
Oh, don't worry about that. My big mate's as tough as you can find. You can ground him,
so he's all right.
ground him into the ground. He won't care about it, the big fella. He was put to the ground and tackled and smashed.
Big round of applause for him as he comes off the field as well. I think that's really cool now today. Barking have the ball, they're taking the kick now, the penalty going their way obviously.
Yep, the
They're
penalty.
bringing it up pretty close to the line as well. Only about 10 minutes they come up to the tap restart now. Here they come, they're ready to go. Put the back on, pass it back.
They bring the ball up, Barcaldine. One centimetre away from the line. They have the ball up, a little bit of infringement in the tackle, and they steal the ball, Winton, off Michael Ayler. Had the ball. He lost it, and Winton stole the ball in the tackle. Michael Ayler, 1 centimetre off scoring a try. I would never, ever have heard the end of it if he would have went over. But I was trying to get him to go over. The big fella, he was hurt, a little smashed to the ground by Winton, and then take your hat off to him because then he had the ball and he run like a sprinted gazelle. I thought he must have sat on a pincushion or something, and he was 1 metre away from scoring a try, and Winton steal the ball. And that's history now. They have the ball, and then Garland passes the ball, and they're tackled on the 20-metre line. Won't be far away from full time. She's 44 points to 6 here in Bargy. In favour of Bargy, if you've just joined us. The celebrations will be on in the clubhouse later on tonight. You can bet. You can pop down and have a drink with the boys. No drama at all. They'll only be happy to have one tonight. Max batters the ball. He brings it up. Brett Harvey said he'll even shout one, so there you go. He brings it up to Cooper before he's smashed to the ground by Barcaldine. They're tackling tonight. Men possessed they are. They're on fire. Then the ball comes back to Garland. Garland's flicked the ball and now they're tackled it. Barcaldine will put them to the turf. Well, they'll try to anyway. Some of these big forwards from Winton are pretty hard to put on the ground. Now the little kick comes along from Elliott. He kicks the ball, went straight into the hands of Bargy. We haven't got far to go and I'm tipping one more try. I can smell it in the air. Simon Mitchell, he's going to be my man of the match. I'm not quite sure who it will be, but he's the way I'm going to go. He's played enormous football tonight. Simon Mitchell. And he has the ball as I speak, and he goes inside of one, inside another. Then they bring the ball out to the blind side, and Caveney's tackled to the ground. He's put down by one. Now they come up Barcaldine, and they're itching to try and get more points over as they bring the ball inside to little Miller. Miller's swerves one, misses another. Then he's smashed to the ground by Elliott. It's like a mouse and a horse over there at the time because he's only little tiny brother. Counter on the fifth tackle, Barky. What will they do? Will Mitchell put the kick in himself? No. Will they look for anybody? Will they flick it out the blind side? No. What will they do? They go down to the ball, come back inside. They don't know which way to go. They're all trying to get us little tries for prosperity. Miller puts the ball high up in the air, and it's grabbed and taken away by Winton, and they bring the ball up to the 30-metre line. Not very long to go in the match at the present moment of Winton.
Another 2 minutes
Only
to go.
2 minutes to go. Oh,
Oh,
hey, the boy had Brett Harvey 5 minutes. That'll be a turnout for a turnout if it turned out to be, wouldn't it? Anyway,
we've got
they lose the ball, Winton, and the scrum will come down. With around about 2 minutes to go, we'll get Brett Harvey on the air. Or you can actually do that.
Alright, I'll have a chat.
I'll have a spell tonight. I can see the rum bottle over there, so I'll do a little bit of celebrating. before everybody else, I think.
Rightio, here we go. Winton has got the kick now. They're taking it, and it goes not too far down the field. Winton going to come back with the ball for the restart now. Around about the halfway line, just a little bit over as they come back with the ball now, taking the tap, and they're away again.
And they put the kick up in the air, and a grubber kick, I should say, along the ground before the fullback picks the ball up, and that, of course, is Hanson. Hanson brings the ball up towards the 15 metre line. Now they're in charge, Barcaldine. They bring the ball forward before he's hit and tackled by number 14, and that was Lanton that put him down to the ground. There's only about a minute and a half left to go in the match, and Barcaldine haven't safely won. They've careered away the match. They're 44 points to 6, and they are tackled at around about the 20 metre line, and that was Mitchell who had the ball. He has been the man of the match so far for me tonight. Been big play from a lot of players in Bargy before. They make a fatal error around about 30 metres away from the line, and one player down. Just trying to find out who it is. Shane Murray it is, but Shane's back on his feet. He made a little fatal error, but he scored a try tonight. Big fella Shane, so take your hat off to him, take your hat off to the whole team, and they're going to be a force to reckon with. Everyone's tipping the grand final will go Ilfracombe and Barkey. Well, it'll be a bottle of Winton have the ball. They haven't stopped trying in the match too, and the ball goes back inside to Hancock. He has the ball before he's put down to the ground. Now, Elliott will have the ball. He's a dummy half. Which way will he go? They flick the ball out on the blind side to the fullback, Joel Mann. Joel Mann puts the ball up in the air. The ball goes back to Barcaldine's fullback. Holy moly, everything nearly went off, but he's melon, I can tell you. He was put down to the ground. Barcaldine will ruck it up from the try-scoring line. On the line, as they bring the ball forward now through the 30-metre line. Nearly getting away with the ball there was Lee McCracken. The ball goes back to Simon Mitchell. He was back in the match again. Now Maloney brings the ball up. He's tackled by Bat, and Bat puts him down to the ground. So too, there's another Winton player. They need 2 or 3 of them. Now a little bit of a mix-up between play and Barcaldine have the ball. They lose ground as the ball comes back inside to Barcaldine. And the referee is going to rule. Yep, a little bit maybe a knock-on in play by number 19 for Barcaldine, and that was Bashford.
Okay.
Anyway,
Now, only a matter of moments to go on the match. I'm sure it's not too far away. Only about another minute or so, and then we'll have the 40 seconds, I'm told. So we'll get the scrum packing down, and probably a couple of tackles after that, but not too much to see from there. 44 points to 6 on the Commercial Hotel Barcaldine scoreboard. The runaway match from Barcaldine, they got the first points on the board, and they were not letting Winton in any way after that. Here we go, straight out of the scrum, and Winton have knocked it off. Is that what happened there?
no, what happened there was they give a penalty to Winton for now on full time. It makes no difference now. Garland puts the ball up in the air. They try to go over to save face in the match. Lee McCracken's the last boy that'll touch the ball tonight. He just runs along the sideline. He's not real keen to go anywhere. He runs out. He said, that'll do me, brother. I don't feel like running all night.
44 points to 6 is the score on the scoreboard at the Barcaldine Showground for a Saturday night. We'll get a wrap up of the match in just a moment.
We'll do the wrap up and then I'll give you the breakfast. Give the boys a kiss when they come back.
Not sure I want to see that.